Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday of week 1. This is your first official low carb day, and I like to call low carb day, my kind of affectionate name for it is high fat day, because what you are not consuming in carbs, you are going to be adding to your fats, and you are going to be consuming more healthy fats. So be thinking coconut milk, avocados, things like that, nuts. So first I want to just review what is low carb day. So you've set up your MyFitnessPal and you've gotten default goals, and now you're going to modify them for low carb day. And your goal is to eat fewer than 50 net carbs. Net carbs is equal to total carbs minus fiber. Unfortunately, on MyFitnessPal, you cannot see the fiber on the main screen, so you have to do a little work and a little math to get your net carbs. And so how you do that is on MyFitnessPal, you hit on the bottom where it says diary on your mobile device. Then when you're in the diary, you scroll to the bottom and you hit the button that says nutrition. Then you go and you hit the middle tab that says nutrients. And then you can see listed out your macros, and we will be focusing on our 3 macronutrients: protein, fat, and carbohydrates. And then in addition, on low carb day, we will also be taking a look at our fiber. I don't want you to worry about the other things listed. For example, sugar. Don't be concerned about that. If you are eating a whole food diet like we recommend in the Faster Way, even if you had a lot of sugars, they would be from fruits, and that is nothing to worry about. So for this 6 or 7 weeks that we're going to be in the new client round together, you are going to be looking at your macros: protein, fat, carbohydrates, and then also on low carb day, fiber. So your goals on low carb day, your protein goal remains the same as your default. Your carb goal is under 50 grams of net carbs. If you did invest in the premium version of MyFitnessPal and you are able to change your daily goals, I recommend changing your carb goal to 65 grams because likely you'll eat at least 15 grams of fiber. So the more fiber you eat, think leafy greens, the more carbs you can eat. So the carbs you are not eating on low carb day, you are then adding fat, because our goal is not to underconsume in total macros or total calories. We're shooting for the same amount of overall calories for the day, but we are redistributing that so that we are going for total carbs under 50, protein the same, make up for that in healthy fats. So about how many fats grams would that be? Ballpark, about double your normal fat grams. So those are our targets for low carb day. Why are we doing low carb day? We are doing low carb day to burn your fat stores. So typically, if you're eating carbs throughout the day, and even eating throughout your waking hours, you are giving your body an easy energy source in the form of glycogen, and we are trying to deplete our glycogen stores so that our body needs to go to our fat stores and burn fat. So we do this on every Monday, Tuesday going forward, and that is our reason, to turn you into a fat burner instead of a sugar burner. So what about the workouts? On Monday, Tuesday, we do cardio workouts, and you find the workouts in the portal. There are 3 choices of workouts. There is the low impact or beginner workout. That was what you would do if you have not been working out at all. If you are familiar with workouts, or you're just a go-getter, you can start with either the gym or the home version. And so pick whichever you prefer. Generally on Mondays, we do Tabata, which is a high intensity interval training strategy. And then on Tuesdays, we typically do sprinting. Toward the beginning of the 6 weeks, you'll be sprinting about 12 minutes. So you'll have a warm up, maybe 12 minutes of sprinting, and then a cool down. And the sprints are 20 seconds of 100% effort, and then 40 seconds of recovery. So you'll do that. And then toward the end, you'll reach about 20 minutes. And so those are the exercise plans that we have over the next 6 weeks. So foods. that I like to eat on low carb day. I'm going to tell you a couple things that I have added to my diet that I never had eaten before, and I eat them on almost every low carb day, and they help me meet my healthy fats goals. Okay, the first thing is chia seed pudding. Okay, so chia seed pudding involves coconut milk and chia seeds. Those are the two. Full fat coconut milk and chia seeds are the two main ingredients. You put them together and it turns into kind of a puddingy consistency, and then you're going to want to add a sweetener. I like the liquid stevia from Trader Joe's, better than some other stevia. If you do use a powdered stevia, I recommend stevia in the raw because it doesn't have added ingredients. And then if you are a chocolate lover, you can add unsweetened cocoa powder. So my basic recipe for chia seed pudding is it's supposed to be 6 ounces of coconut milk, but since a can is 13.5 ounces, I simply divide a can into 2 mason jars. So it's, a little over 6 ounces in each. I add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds to 1 jar. I prefer my chia seed pudding. You have to wait for 2 hours to however long you might wait overnight or something like that. I prefer my chia seed pudding, the consistency changes over that time. I prefer it more toward the 2 hours than toward the 24 hours. So I make my Monday chia seed pudding on Monday and my Tuesday on Tuesday. So I just close up the second jar with just the coconut milk in it and put it in my fridge. But I add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 10 drops of stevia. And then if I want it chocolate, I add between 1/2 of a tablespoon and a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. If I want it vanilla, I just put a teaspoon of vanilla. And if you want a more complicated recipe, sometimes it might have cinnamon, a pinch of sea salt, things like that. I like one called Overnight Chocolate Chia Seed Pudding from Minimalist Baker. Okay, the other thing, and I will tell you that the amount I just described with the 6 ounces of coconut milk is considered to be 2 servings of chia seed pudding. I consider it 1 serving. So the first person who told me about chia seed pudding said, have some to break your fast around noon and then maybe the rest for dessert after your dinner meal. But I pretty much eat it all at the same time. So the second thing is fat bombs. Fat bombs, if you just Google fat bombs, you will find tons of recipes. I like this chocolate peanut butter fat bomb from a website called Chocolate Covered Katie. And this is made out of, this is like an ice cube tray that is, I'm repurposing for making fat bombs. So here's what a fat bomb would look like. And I usually just have one. I'm making a mess here. But this container, you can use an ice cube tray. You can use a lot of different containers. This is from the Ball Company, the same people that make the mason jars. It's like a silicone mold, I think for ice cubes. Or I think actually it was supposed to be for storing of herbs. So anyway, got that at Target. I think. And the fat bombs and the chia seed pudding really help me get to my healthy fat goal. The chia seed pudding obviously has coconut milk in it, and the fat bombs have nut butter. In this case, I have peanut butter, and they also have coconut oil as a main ingredient. So that is my review of Low Carb Day. Remember, we are focusing on progress, not perfection. So try your best. This is your first day. And I will say also that in the first couple of low carb days, you might get sort of the low carb flu, which means you might feel kind of headachy, just not yourself. And if you do feel that way, feel free to have a few more carbs than 50. Definitely try to stay under 100 grams of carbs, but I'm sorry that you might feel that way, but I think by the 5th low carb day that we have, you shouldn't be feeling that way anymore. And I'll just encourage you to hydrate. Really, really work on water hydration on your low carb days to minimize the kind of headachiness, and good luck. Keep me posted how things go.